Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jay Johnson. I'm the pastor here in Royal, Illinois. I'd like to share with you a little insight that comes from Scripture about something we addressed just a few days ago. I used to be a teacher. I taught grades K through sixth grade in one school. I taught seventh through high school in another school. I taught in probably 6 different schools in my career. And in just about every school, I would come upon a case where I would walk into some situation and there was tension, there was something ready to happen, and I would walk in. And I could pretty well assess. Sometimes I saw it unfolding as I walked up, and I knew this is not good, and that person should not be doing that, and that person should be doing that. So on various occasions, I would come in and I would say something. And the words that we are given can really have a huge impact for good. And our words are meant to be spoken for good. Here's this phrase I'd like to share. The phrase is this. The phrase is lex credendi, lex orandi. Lex credendi, lex means words, the words from my mouth. The words from my mouth that I believe, credendi means like credentials or creed or credible, something believable. The words that I believe are the words that I speak. The word orandi, we have, these are Latin words. They come, the word oral or oration, oral defense. When you have to speak through, you have to say the words of things that you've studied or believe. So the words that I believe are the words that I speak. Well, that makes a lot of sense. When we're asked to stand up in school or give a report, we have to give some sort of statements. We say things that come from our hearts because it's been embedded there, and we think through these things, we process this. And that's the power of what this means. Take a look at this. Lex credendi, the words I believe are the words that I speak. The words that I speak are the words I believe. So with time, we actually begin to train ourselves and teach ourselves truth. When little children begin to learn to talk, they hear words, they repeat those words, and pretty soon they begin to accept what those words mean. What's that got to do with us? You see this thing right here behind me? Those are the 10 Commandments. Now, the 10 Commandments used to be common knowledge. People would know what the 10 Commandments are. They used to be put up in courtrooms all over the nation. Schools had them. That's becoming a bit questioned now because there are places where they're not allowed to be put up for various reasons. Not going to get into that. But for we as Christians, if we know these things, it is a good thing. It is a wise thing if we can say these things. I don't mean to walk into a place and start spouting off the scriptures, but the wisdom that scriptures give to us that places within us, and here again, this phrase, the words that I believe. Whatever the words are that you believe, those things really need to be played out. I can think of sometimes there was another incident when I was living in Asia, and I was actually part of this. It was an altercation that happened on the street, and the driver of the vehicle I was in was not at fault. Some other person came in and caused this tension. It wasn't a crash, but there was a stoppage, and the other person was the one that caused it. And the guy that was driving the vehicle I was in, he was a smaller man. Of his social status was much lower, and the other guy bullied him, and he started to bully him. And I spoke because I believed this other man had caused the problem, and the guy that was driving my vehicle was not at fault. And so probably I should have been quiet. And so I simply stepped up, and my size helped, but I stepped up and I simply spoke into the situation. And because, to everyone's great surprise, when I spoke up in favor of this man of not as strong social position, when I spoke in his favor, there was a quietness and there was a settling down of the situation. People walked away. I think they were pretty well content with what happened. The young man that I had spoken up for was very appreciative. I think it really surprised him that I as a foreigner would do that. But again, that whole idea of lex credendi, the words I believe, in my head I was thinking, this is not right, and I really should step up and defend this individual. And so, because I believe that, therefore I actually stood up and made that declaration. We have lots of things that we face in these days, not just because of this pandemic that's going on. Throughout our lives, we are continually given opportunities to speak. When we don't follow through with what we can say, we can believe a lot of things, but they never really get out on stage or seen or bear witness unless we speak them. So keep that in mind. Thanks for coming. I appreciate your time with us today. I'll see you in a few days. Thanks. Bye-bye.